Hi guys, welcome back. This is Iman again. I'm still playing the Secret World right now. I'm in a room called the Crucible. It's a place where you can test out the different weapons that are available to you in the Secret World. If you can see my character right now, he's holding a pair of claws. He kind of looks like Wolverine, and this is the first melee weapon that we're going to test out. It's called the class of the weapons are called fists. So let's go ahead and um, practice or demonstrate the skills on some of the practice demons here. So if you'll notice, there's actually some weird, or it's not really weird, but some really old music playing in the background. Okay. For my fist weapon, the first skill is Claw. It's just a simple damaging attack. And my second skill is called Hug Wild. So it actually deals damage in a cone in front of me. So let's try this out. Okay, you can see the second skill that I use actually shows a graphic in a headphone manner. And when I use it up, my resource for claws gets consumed. So the resource for claws appears here beneath my health bar. It actually regenerates very quickly, and I can make it regenerate even faster by using my first ability, because it builds one resource point whenever I use it. So the combat actually feels very fluid. Okay. Alright, so we're done with claws, and let's move on to hammers. Okay, so you can just equip the items they give us to demonstrate hammers. So you can see my character right now, he's now holding a big ass hammer. And I have two skills here, Smash and Hell to Pay. So all of the melee weapons actually work in the same way. You have a resource here that corresponds to the type of weapon that you have equipped, and it builds gradually over time, but you get to have skills that actually accelerate gaining resources for that weapon whenever you use that ability. So in this case for hammers, it's Smash, and my ability that consumes the resources is the Hell to Pay ability. Okay, so just to demonstrate how the Hell to Pay ability looks like. So it's a cone AoE attack, I believe. Okay. You can actually keep spamming the spell as long as you have the resource points for it. And I'm now using my first skill in combination with the Hell to Pay skill. So one thing I have to say about this game is that it seems that the melee and ranged weapon skills are actually, they look flashier, and they feel smoother whenever you try to use them. Okay, the final melee weapon that we need to test out are the blades, so let's let's use that and let's pick up the blades. Okay. So the first skill for blades is an ability called the Delicate Strike. Okay, so it just deals damage to a single target. And the second ability is an AoE attack. It deals damage up to 5 enemies in a 5-meter radius around your character. So the blade actually looks like a katana, and you can see the AoE damage around the character. So let's move on to the ranged weapons. So we have assault rifles, pistols, and shotguns. So let's try the assault rifles first. Okay. So we now have the assault rifles equipped. So the range of the assault rifles is actually a bit far. I believe it's the longest ranged weapon at the start, in the beginning. So you can see here at the 20 yard or the 20 meter mark. I'm not really sure what unit of measurement they use here for distance. You can actually attack the monster or the mob already. If you will notice, when I move out, the button grays out. So that's how the game indicates or tells you that you cannot use the skill because it has gone out of range, or probably do not have enough resources to be able to cast a particular skill. Okay, so the thing about the assault rifles is that your main damage is casted, at least the first spell has a casting bar that appears whenever you trigger it, but you can still move even though you're casting the spell or clicking the skill button. You just move a bit slower when you do it. Notice on the screen. And the really cool thing about assault rifles is the AoE damage. So that's the second skill. Now, as opposed to the melee weapons, when you use ranged weapons, you actually build resource points on the target enemy. So you can see it here when I attack the mob. It shows you what looks like combo points on the enemies. Combo points in terms of how the roles in WoW function in World of Warcraft. So that's enough of the assault rifles, and let's move on to the pistols. So my first impression with regards to the pistols is that they're actually not very interesting. I'm not sure if they'll be more interesting when I unlock more skills. Okay, so let's just equip the pistols. Okay, the pistols have a much shorter range than the assault rifles, so I need to be within the 10 yard or the 10 feet or the 10 meter mark just to be able to shoot things with my pistols. I have two skills here. So one skill is your typical damaging skill. It's a single target skill. The other skill, called Wanted, it's actually a reference to that Angelina Jolie movie. It's a skill that causes your bullets to jump to enemies within 3 meters. So when you hit an enemy and it has another enemy within 3 meters of it, the bullet will jump. Okay, so not really anything interesting. There's nothing really fancy going on there. But you do look a bit badass when you're shooting your pistols, right? Okay. Alright, so let's move on to the final assault ranged weapon. So you've probably seen this in my earlier video. So these are the shotguns. Okay, so let's just pick up the stuff for shotguns. This is actually my favorite ranged weapon so far. Even though the word ranged is actually a bit of an overstatement, because you need to be really close to get any damage done out of shotguns. So if you can see here, I can actually trigger my first skill called pump action anytime, even though the enemy is very far away. However, this skill only does damage to enemies in a cone that are 7 meters in front of you. So as you can see here, I can just shoot however much I want, but I won't hit anything until I go really close. Okay. And you can see the shotgun resource points building here. And the skill that consumes these resources are called Out for a Kill. So it's a single target attack. So let me just build it up again and use it. Okay. So we're done with the ranged weapons. We're done with the melee weapons. So let's now go to the magic or the magical weapons. So we have here elemental focus, chaos focus, and blood focus. So let's try the elemental focus first. And let me just pick up the focus. Okay, so for elemental magic is it's very similar to how mages are in other games. So this is your typical ranged magic. It says here, as much a fringe science as magic, elementalism manipulates and exploits elemental forces to punishing effect. So, okay. Let's close that and let's demonstrate how it works. Okay. So right now I'm casting my first spell called Shock. Shock is a spell that builds elemental magic resources on my character, as you can see here beneath my health bar. Okay, so again, these looks like combo points for rogues in World of Warcraft. However, it's built on my character instead of the enemy. Okay, and you have skills that consume these resources. So what I'm given here is a magic spell called Combust. Okay, and if you'll notice, as time goes by and you're not doing anything, you're not casting any elemental magic, the elemental magic resources actually fade with time. So you need to build it up again by casting your resource building spells. And then cast your resource consuming spells. So let's do that again. So one thing you notice is that you can actually see me casting the spells. The casting bar is down here below. But again, you can move while casting spells. So this is a big deviation from what is present in most MMO games right now. You do move slower when you're casting spells, but the point here is that you can still move. So this is actually a very refreshing change to casting spells, to the concept of mages, or at least the archetype of mages in computer gaming, especially in multiplayer online games. Okay, so now, let's now go to Chaos Focus, or Chaos Magic. And let me just equip the items for Chaos Magic. Okay, so for Chaos Magic, this came as a surprise to me because normally when you have a magic wielding character, you usually expect it to be ranged. But it seems that the idea for Chaos Magic is that it's supposed to be magic that's dealt on melee range. So if you see here, my skills are grayed out, indicating that I am out of range. So I need to go in and cast a spell. So this is my resource building spell. It's called Hand of Change. And my resource consuming spell is called Call for Hades. Let's do that again. And finally, we have Blood Focus, but unfortunately, for some reason, the game does not give me an option to test out Blood Focus. So that's all of the different types of weapons that you can use in game, and you can actually see all of them when you open the ability wheel. You can press it. You can show that by pressing N inside the game. So you can see here the ability wheel. And you also have skill points. So there are two types of points, or at least two types of resources that you can spend inside the game to customize and make your character stronger. So you have the anima points being shown here in the middle. The anima points are used to buy your skills, and you have character skill points that you can use to invest into making a particular um, resource type stronger. Okay. So that's all for now. Thanks for watching, guys.